Mayor Mahoney's City Commission. My name is Elizabeth Cook. I am one of the citizens of Fargo who actually currently lives on these streets. So I know how this is like. I've seen the opposition to it. I have seen our side of it. And basically, in my opinion, I don't think that making it illegal to camp on public property is really justifiable, or nor is it right, as every single person in this town is an equal, regardless of title or position in the community. I've been through this a time or two. I know what it's like. I go to the engagement center where we're doing all these things to help people. I'm a client there. I've got friends that are there. I'm one step in the right direction. We're pushing forward towards moving toward housing for us, for our two other people in my family. And in my opinion, I just don't think that it is fair to charge people or fine them just to camp somewhere, whether it's for a night or it's 30 days. It doesn't seem right in my heart to just push people who are already at their lowest to continue to be brought down further. I highly disagree with this motion.
Candace Kraft. Candace Kraft, please. You don't look clap. Is Candace here? Close the public hearing. Do I have, I already have a motion and a second. Motion is up here, or no, I'm sorry, John did a recommendation to change the motion. I need a motion. Do I have a motion?
Can I make a comment
Yes, you
on this? That it's not illegal to be homeless, and no one is saying that. However, you have residents who are fearful for their lives. There was a rape this weekend under the bridge. There have been I cannot even tell you how many emails and phone calls I get of people fearful for their lives to walk on the trails and under the bridge. They've been attacked, they've been accosted, Proposition asked for needles, their nakedness, there's defecation into the river. It's unsanitary and it's unsafe. And it's not fair to every other citizen who should also be able to use these trails and enjoy our downtown to have to come across this.
Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
People were signed up for public comment. Jenna, that's our rules. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair, I have a few comments and questions for Nancy, if that's okay. So the ordinance, I think, is excellent, Nancy. The sixth whereas, where it starts, the title of it is, a municipal code relating to camping on public property. That sixth one veers into the homelessness thing, and I think that's a separate, I wish that could be a separate thing included in the resolutions. To me, that would be my only request, that we keep the ordinance tight and focused on the eliminating camping on public property. That's my request. And so I'm very comfortable with all that. The resolutions, to me, that's a separate thing where we start getting into a lot of different things. And I do think that is the opportunity to be more precise and cover other things. But to me, the ordinance, and maybe you can explain it to me better, but to me, that's the base. And then the resolutions can be added on to that. And if that's my comment. Now I have a couple questions for Nancy, if that's okay. First of all, I'm confused about the $1,000 fine. If you could explain that. You tried to do that at lunch, and if you don't mind, there's a reason behind that, because just from me looking at it, this shouldn't be that high of a fine. We talked about this, that it should be a smaller one, but there are legal reasons. So if you could talk about that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
So first I'll address the whereas. You could make the motion to amend the ordinance as presented to you to delete that whereas, if you so choose. The second comment on the penalty is we have 3 levels of penalty in City of Fargo. It's a non-criminal, an infraction, and a Class B misdemeanor. This is identified as an infraction, so the maximum penalty would be a $1,000 fine. There is no jail time. The reason for an infraction, having worked with the police on this, is to have some enforcement authority in the event that there is required camp removal and the police involvement in doing so. To that, you could make a recommendation as to what fine you feel would be appropriate for the municipal court judge. But if there is a citation for an infraction given, ultimately that discretion is up to $1,000 for the municipal court judge.
So thank you, Mr. Chair. Can I just add one more follow-up? So I appreciate, so to summarize it, there's a technical reason and it's with law enforcement behind that. So I just wanted people to know that we aren't trying to, because to me, Commissioner Strand and I were talking about this, any fine over $50 is going to be unaffordable to a lot of these people. So that was a concern. Okay, so just one more. We talked at lunch about this. If there is a camp and then there is things that are confiscated, you will give them 2 days. To me, that just seems like a lot of additional work for the police and all that kind of stuff. But same thing, will you explain that to me? There's technical reasons for that as well.
Again, I can speak to this, but there's staff involved that was involved in this recommendation for a notice of removal. That is an opportunity for that individual to come into compliance with that notice of removal, take the items that are there, and remove the camp without having any intervention by city personnel, including police, to remove that camp.